PMAC Movies back, baby, for a brand new PMAC Movies haul video here on PMAC Movies. Take a look in the description section if you want to help out the channel. Got my hood up because my hair isn't looking too great. Mostly Kino stuff here today, and I'm going to go through my 3 Kino orders, and then I did end up finding some stuff at Goodwill here yesterday. So let me put my orders together. The way I did this in this sale was I tried to just get over $50 basically, and split the orders into $50 orders, or a little bit over 50, to keep the orders small, which makes it a bigger chance that it's going to ship out right away. Whereas if you buy a lot, they might be waiting for copies of certain things, and then your order might get held up too. But there wasn't anything I necessarily needed to have right away, but we'll take a look at what I got, and I'll talk about it a little bit. I don't believe I paid more than $9.99 for any of the individuals, and then I did get a TV series, so we'll take a look at what I snagged up. Order number 1, first of all, and I wasn't sure if I was going to place any more orders after this first one, but we'll take a look and then I'll talk more about it. So this is the one I wanted the most. I thought $9.99 for this with the slipcover was good. I guess I should talk a little bit about the Kino Lorber sales before I get into this. They have a pretty vast line of movies. Their sales are pretty affordable. Unfortunately, here in New York State, I do have to pay tax. Most of the country does not have to pay sales tax. But they are releasing more with slipcovers, and the slipcovers are limited, available for a limited amount of time and stuff. So I was able to get Gambit starring Michael Caine for $9.99 from 1966, 109 minutes. I do like to get pretty much all the Michael Caine movies I can on Blu-ray. I'm not going to pay an arm and a leg for them. I'm just going to wait for them to kind of drop into my price range, what I think is fair. And at $9.99 with the slipcover, this was a definite beer me, and definitely number 1 on my list to get. I did watch this movie, and I'll probably make a reviews video, maybe even this weekend. I believe I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. It was a very enjoyable movie. I thought Shirley MacLaine was actually very good in it. I felt like Michael Caine's character was kind of a jerk, but there's some twists and turns in this. I was quite engaged throughout it. I thought it was a really good movie. It's kind of like a caper movie with some twists in it. Some very interesting twists. I thought it was pretty unique in the way that they kind of did the beginning of the movie. So really enjoyed this one. Definitely recommend it. If the sale's still going, snag that one up. That's a good one to get. This second one was more of kind of a bargain one. It was one that I had on my radar past sales, and then it dropped to like $7.50 or $7 or $7.50, and it was just too cheap to refuse. It is She here on Blu-ray from 1985, 106 minutes. Apparently this Sandahl Bergman is from Conan the Barbarian and Red Sonja. I'm just reading the back of it. It's probably not that great of a movie, but I tend to like these. It looks like kind of a post-apocalyptic type of movie. I tend to like those. I like the artwork on it. It got me interested in it. The artwork is probably better than the movie, but for $7.50 we can do that. And then I thought this was a really good bargain. I have the first season on Blu-ray, and I only paid or on DVD I should say, and I only paid like $3 for it, but to be able to get the complete series for $35 I thought was a nice deal. It is Buck Rogers here in the 25th century. 1940 minutes, and it is from 1979 to 1981 here. So it comes in a box, which is kind of it's not a real sturdy box. It's a pretty flimsy box. And then 3 cases. It has the movie here, which apparently they kind of cut down the TV movie into this, so I'm actually not going to watch this one. They made it widescreen, but I would watch the first episode on this one. I believe is the same movie, and it's like the full-length one. So I did watch part of that, actually. But and then season 2, they say, gets more like serious or something, and it's not as good. But I did go ahead and check all the discs, and there was a couple discs in here that were scratched. Not too bad. I mean, I guess I'll have to live with it. I contacted Kino customer service. I'm not thrilled with their customer service at all. Not that it's bad, but basically they say, okay, if it has scratches, we're not going to do anything. If it has playback issues, let us know. So, like, and I kind of explained to them, like, the status of being a collector, and, maybe what if I want to sell it someday, and people are going to be upset if I sell it. It's got scratches on it, it reduces the value of it. Didn't really care. Let us know if it has playback issues. So should I just tell them that it has playback issues? I got to go through and, like, it's just, you order a new item, and these days it's like, oh, you got something a little bit damaged, tough shit. So it's kind of a pain in the ass, I'm paying for wanting to get a new item, but it's just, I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should do, let me know. I'm not looking to, be a dick to their customer service or anything. So he sent his last email, and I just plan to deal with it. Basically, just, okay, I'm just gonna keep them. I'm not going to waste a lot of energy, I've already pleaded my case in a respectful manner. What can I do? So going forward, I guess I'm just going to be careful about the Kino discs that I order, because there's a possibility that they might be scratched up and they're not going to, replace it. So you got to take that into account when you're purchasing things. They were pleasant about it. I mean, they weren't rude or anything, and they did. I'll talk about some other issues. Actually, in this next order, we'll take a look at a few issues. Let me grab these. Trying to figure out which ones were from that second order. I think this is all of them. Alright, so first, this is my second order. I did get a couple slipcover ones. I went ahead and got Busting with Elliott, Gould, and Robert Blake. This is, they had already put this out, but then they released it with the slipcover. I didn't have it at all. So there is a nice crease on the bottom of the slipcover. Let's see if you can see it there. Is that it there? There it is. It's actually, it's about a ½ inch crease right there. You can see it. And then the artwork on it had been pulled down too. So there's like creases there, and it got damaged along the spine a little bit. So they did agree to replace that one with that damage. I mean, it's not too bad. It probably wouldn't bother a lot of people, but it's annoying. So got that one. That was $9.99, I do believe. And then I got Arabesque with the Slippy. And this is another one where the disc is not pristine. It's got actually, it's got quite a few little scratches on it. Might even be worse than I was thinking it was. Certain lighting, you can see them, but yeah, it's got a bunch of scratches on it. But again, they're not going to do anything unless it's got playback issues. So, I don't know, we'll see. It does have a nice Slippy, and then it's even got the reverse artwork. It would be nice to have a mint copy, but from 1966, 105 minutes, Gregory Peck. Looked like kind of a fun, I don't know, like a spy kind of movie, or maybe not, maybe not quite a spy movie, but it says American hieroglyphics professor is hired by a mysterious Arab company magnate to decipher a secret message. When the hidden meaning is revealed, the chase is on as he and the oil magnate's exotic yet unpredictable companion find themselves caught in the middle of an assassination plot. So sounded pretty decent. That was $9.99, and Busting was also $9.99. Other ones that I got, this one had dropped down pretty cheap. It was like $7 to $8. I decided to finally get it. It is 1942 Conquest of Paradise. This one is going out of print, so they won't have any of these available pretty soon. And then you don't know if another company's going to pick it up or not. I wouldn't think it's that big of a seller, but it is a Ridley Scott movie from 92, 154 minutes, focusing on Christopher Columbus. I'm sure it's full of propaganda. Ridley is knighted by the Queen of England, so he puts a lot of propaganda crap out there. And by propaganda, I don't mean like government propaganda. I mean just kind of putting ideas into the mind of the masses sort of thing. Alright, so let's continue on. I did get a Robert Altman movie. I tend to get most of his movies if they look somewhat decent. I got Fool for Love here, which it looks like Kino and Scorpion Releasing did, from 1985, 106 minutes. Has Sam Shepard, Kim Basinger, Randy Quaid, and Harry Dean Stanton. You know, I haven't really seen many Robert Altman movies, but Three Women was just an incredible movie. I did watch another one of his here recently. I have a feeling that Three Women one was just like one that I really loved, and maybe I won't necessarily love his other movies, but we'll see. I got a lot of Mario Bava movies. I was missing this one. It is Baron Blood here on Blu-ray. This is one that Arrow actually put out, and I think I passed on it during previous Arrow sales and just never ended up getting it. So I got the Kino one for $9.99, which is a pretty good bargain. I hadn't seen it this cheap, so glad to get it. Most of the Babas I have the Arrow versions of, but I don't need them all to be like the same. And then I got a cop movie directed by Don Siegel. I read a lot of good things about this, so I did decide to go ahead and get Madigan, 1968, 101 minutes. So it says, from the legendary director of Dirty Harry, Charlie Varick, The Black Windmill, and Escape from Alcatraz. I didn't really love Charlie Varick, but the other ones I liked. Comes this hard-boiled crime drama starring screen greats Richard Widmark and Henry Fonda. So just read a lot of good reviews on it and stuff, and grabbed it. This was a little bit cheaper too. That was $8.99. It was on my radar for $9.99 before, but I just stayed patient and got it for $1 cheaper. Ooh, $1. Every buck counts. Every buck counts. And then I did end up placing a third order, which I wasn't planning on doing. I was like, that's done. That's what I want. But then I realized I thought I had this, and I still might. I checked my app. I checked my orders I've placed with Target, Kino, Amazon. It doesn't look like I've ever bought this on Blu-ray. It is Bend of the River, starring James Stewart, and this is another one that dropped down to like $7 or $7.50, and I was like, I think probably $7.49, I think it was, or something. And I just looked into the movie, and I was like, why haven't I gotten this yet? Maybe because it was around $9.99 and it never dropped more than that. That may very well be, and I just wanted to wait and get it cheaper. But I had gotten a lot of these James Stewart Western movies for around $10, so I don't know why I didn't get this one. It sounds like it's one of the better ones, like it gets good reviews and stuff, so I really could not figure out why I guess too, but why I did not have Bend of the River. It's from 1952, 91 minutes. It is directed by, let's see, Anthony Mann, who's considered a very good director. And I might actually watch this one today. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what I watch after this. That was really the main thing I wanted. So I was like, I want that. I'm going to try to piece together an order, but if I can't, I can, I guess. But I did get some other good stuff, I do believe. I got And Hope to Die here, which is a French movie. I believe it has some American actors, but the more I researched this movie, the more I was like, this is a really nice bargain for, I believe, again, about $7.50 or $8. So I decided to, make this a definite part of the order. Some of these were kind of iffy, but this one became one that was going to be definitely part of the order. It is 141 minutes from 72. Directed by Rene Clement, who directed Forbidden Games, Purple Noon, Joy House, Rider on the Rain, and The Deadly Trap. I have seen Rider on the Rain, which I really liked, and Purple Noon, which I didn't like. That was quite a few years ago that I watched it, but glad to be able to get this for a very nice bargain. The other one that became like a definite part of the order that I wanted was this Illustrious Corpses. This was $9.99. It's from 1976. It's 121 minutes. It does have Max von Sydow in it. I don't know if he's like a main character. I do like Max von Sydow, but again, I looked into this movie quite a bit, and people would just talk about it being one of the best movies from the 70s and stuff like that. So I did decide to go ahead and snag this one. It has to do with a murder case involving mysterious murders of some Supreme Court judges. And then they discover that it's a conspiracy that involves the Italian Communist Party. So maybe that's a big spoiler in the movie. Maybe I shouldn't have read that. I'm pretty sure I read that already, though, when I went to buy the movie. But they give too much away in these movies. At the backs of the movies and the trailers and things like that. So the rest of this order was kind of like patched together. I wasn't sure what to get. I almost gave up on being able to get to the $50 for free shipping. So I was almost like, I'm just not going to get anything. I'm not going to place another order. But at the same time, I thought those are some really good beer mies on Bend of the River and Hope to Die. I wasn't sure if they were going to get that cheap again. They probably will, honestly. But I was able to put 3 more that I researched them and I decided I do want to purchase these. So one of them was The Devil's Wedding Night here. This is a Code Red movie. Again, read pretty good things about it. Apparently this had come out from Code Red, and then it sounds like the Blu-ray went out of print and was very rare, and then now Kino's distributing it or something like that. That's what it sounded kind of like what was happening, but sounded like a pretty good one. Some people thought it was kind of like a classic kind of vampire type of movie from the 70s, so I went ahead and snagged it up. It is 87 minutes in from 1973. That was The Devil's... This was like, I believe... I don't think it was 10. I think this was 8 or 9 again. So I got some really nice bargains, in my opinion. And then I did decide to go ahead and get, which I had almost gotten in a previous sale. Hopefully I didn't buy this in a previous sale. No, because on Kino it comes up. If you've bought it, it says something like you've previously purchased it. So, The Two Worlds of Jenny Logan. This was like a late cut from one of I had put together an order in the past, and I decided I'm not going to get that one. I'm going to wait on that. But I did decide to go ahead and get it this time. It is 97 minutes from 79. It is a TV movie, but it sounds like a very well-regarded one. So this is something that I think me and Charmy can watch together. Apparently this woman does some like time traveling or something, like she goes in history and she has like a husband or something in the present, but then she goes back and she like falls in love with some guy in the past. I don't know, it'll be very interesting. So looking forward to watching that with Charmy, maybe even today. And I believe Imprint put this out in Australia, but glad to be able to get a much cheaper Kino copy. I do think I did pay $9.99 for that one. And then this one was cheaper. This one might have been like $7.99 or maybe even cheaper than that. And I didn't want to pay much for it. It is Dark Intruder with Leslie Nielsen. It is only 59 minutes from 1965. And I remember when this came out, I read very good things about it, and it was on sale for like $14, and I saw it was 59 minutes, and I was like, I'm not paying that much for a 59-minute movie. And then even this time, for $8 or whatever it was, I was like, I'm not paying that much for a 59-minute movie. But the more I looked into it, it just seemed like the best option available. This was like the last addition to the order. And I just read a lot of good things about it. It actually sounded very intriguing, so I did decide to go ahead and get it. Some old Leslie Nielsen, back when he was like a serious actor here on Blu-ray. Holy crap, it's 20 minutes. So that's all the Kino ones I got. And then the only other thing I think I've gotten here recently is a few Goodwill movies. But I go to Goodwill like 4 or 5 times a week because it's right next to work. So on my way home from work every day, I just stop there. And, I mean, usually I come out of there empty-handed. But yesterday I did, I found a few, you don't know. Firstly, I got this PBS British one. This is a series, I guess. This is like a 3-episode series. It is the Bletchley Circle. 135 minutes. Looks like it's from about a decade ago now, I guess. 2013, 2012 area. But for $2, I decided to go ahead and snag it up. It is on Amazon Prime. So if I actually watch it, I would just watch the HD version on there. But you never know if you're always going to have those available or not. So for $2, I'll have a physical copy of it too in case I need that. And then I did go ahead. I think I have this on like a multi-DVD pack. But I did go ahead and get The Crossing Guard starring Jack Nicholson with the digital code, which I actually don't think I checked. I think that the digital code will work, and it's probably a pretty rare digital code. It looks like this version of this movie is out of print with like the digital code and stuff. But this movie's from 95, 111 minutes. You get a little Jack Nicholson, and I don't know that this movie has a Blu-ray. Also has Angelica Houston, Robin Wright, David Morse. Jack Nicholson is out for revenge in this acclaimed action thriller. Freddie Gale has waited for John Booth, the man jailed for a crime that destroyed Freddie's life. Now Booth is out of prison, and Freddie's giving him 3 days before he returns to even the score. Directed by Sean Penn. Didn't realize that. So that was a decent find for $2. And then this looked like a good like detective movie from, what was this, the 70s? Yeah, 70s. We got Lily Tomlin and Art Carney in The Late Show, Snapper Case Edition. I believe Warner Archive, this version of it's out of print, and then Warner Archive now has put it out. Probably the same, the same thing. But this does say it's enhanced for widescreen TV, so it's anamorphic widescreen. And the disc was mint, and the movie sounds quite good too, and I don't believe that it has a Blu-ray. So I did go ahead and get it for $2. I thought that was a pretty good beer me. Let me know. A lot of this stuff, I haven't watched and don't know a ton about it. It's just piques my interest. For $2, they're beer me's. They're you take a shot. But The Late Show definitely looks like it's very highly regarded. I think it's over 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I don't know how many reviews there were. But I do like these kind of detective type of things. So another one that maybe me and Charmy could sit down and enjoy together. So let me know your thoughts on my haul here. Let me know what you got from Kino Lorber's sale, which I think is probably still running. So if you want any of these Kino movies, check them out now. Now's the time to get them when they're affordable. And hope you guys have a good weekend. We'll see you next time. Be back.